getting the job. Thanks, George.
My biggest achievement in the last year is really just being involved in the growth of our team, the department, along with putting in systems and processes into place that help ensure that our projects run smoothly all the way from project kickoff up until site launch, and even afterwards with some of the services that we offer afterwards.
Integrating the information architecture process, I think it was hard to kind of imagine how digital marketing could be involved in the web process, but now that we've been doing this for about a year now, it's still a work in progress, but I'm so excited about where it's going and how our team is growing too.
I'd say my biggest achievement in the last year would be getting my PMP certification. I got that at my previous job when I was working full-time and then came home every evening to study in the evenings. I realized that project management was what I wanted to really focus all my energy in and become an expert at. So that's why I decided to get that certification, get that knowledge to help me really land my dream role, which it obviously did work out since I got a role doing exactly what I wanted to be doing with the company that I'm really enjoying working with.
I think my biggest achievement this year was writing the web copy for Herbal One. I write a lot of web copy, so by itself that isn't really an achievement, but I've been writing for Herbal One now for 8 years, including every month for their blog. And I think that's a long time to maintain a relationship with a client, and I'm really proud to have been part of that, and I hope it continues.
So I suppose my biggest achievement of the last year is moving home and making that transition from Toronto to Ireland, and being able to maintain that same relationship with NVISION as if I kind of was still in Toronto. So at the end of the day, it definitely came down to communication from both sides, and that understanding that there is that time difference, but it would never affect deadlines or scheduling or anything. So it was definitely making that transition home and being able to maintain and keep that same relationship that we already had.
My biggest achievement in the last year was switching career paths and diving headfirst into digital marketing at NVISION. I've learned and grown so much in this past year, and I'm on a trajectory that I'm very proud of, and I can't wait to see what 2021 brings. On a personal note, I bought my first home and I got engaged this year as well, so a lot of things happening in these crazy COVID times, and I couldn't be more happier about it.
I think my biggest achievement in this last year has been finding a place where I can feel comfortable not always knowing the right answer, and being comfortable enough to be able to ask people questions when I need help. And I'm really happy I found that in NVISION.
One thing that I have accomplished this year, not a big one, but a small achievement, is that I've been helping out with the dev team populate content for websites, and it's a lot of fun. So Mark, ask me anytime if you need help.
Biggest achievement with NVISION is probably joining the team last month. I'm happy to join a very diverse and talented team. They're very knowledgeable, so I'm really pumped to start this journey with them.
What is one goal you want to see the company attain in 2021? I want everyone to have an intern. No, I want to see the company grow. Let's just crush new business. Let's get tons of new clients. Let's see this thing grow.
One goal that I would love to see NVISION attain in 2021 and to be a part of is having us double our digital marketing clients by the end of 2021. Yeah.
I think the one goal I'd like to see the company attain in 2021 is to keep building on the recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is great because it's recurring, and if you happen to build that up to a point where you can keep the doors open, then anything else you get is gravy. So I think recurring revenue would be good.
I suppose one goal that I would like to see the company attain in 2021 is continue to kind of push the boundaries more in terms of the UI UX design. For example, using more micro interactions to kind of create more compelling, engaging user experiences. So that is kind of one main goal that I would really like to see the company Attain is putting more of a focus on the micro interactions and the UI UX design.
A goal that I would like to see the company attain in 2021 would be to shorten the turnaround date of our website projects. We do a kick-ass job of taking care of our clients from project kickoff up until site launch, but my goal would be to reduce the amount of time that it does take to get to site launch so that our partners can start seeing the return on their investment in their website projects a lot sooner.
The one goal I want to see NVISION attain in 2021 is just continue what we're doing now, is really being supportive to our clients during this difficult time, as well as just always continue to grow, grow our team, bring in that talented, diverse team like we've been doing now. So I believe that's the goal I would love to see for 2021 for our company.
Getting the digital marketing team and the web design team both operating under the PMO. Having us and the PMO take care of all the deadlines and scheduling allows for our creative team to really focus on what they do best and not have to worry about any of that. So I'm really excited for that, and growing, taking on new clients, and I think it's going to be a great year for NVISION.
My goal for NVISION in 2021 is to really see our social media be taken to the next level. I want to see presence, I want to see engagement, I want to see interaction, and I'm really hopeful with all these new blog posts and the videos we're working on. I'm really excited.
A goal that I want to see the company attain in 2021 is turning a lot more of those web clients into digital marketing clients, and also being able to offer them more services too. So growing that client list and having more services to offer.
Well, I guess one goal that I'd like to see the company attain in 2021 is to see faces again. There's nobody here and it's so sad. Guys, I can't wait to see you all. Hopefully we get through this pandemic and we can light up this office again.
So one thing I have learned about myself during the pandemic is how much I still need to have that time for myself and things to look forward to. Whereas it used to maybe be going out for dinner with friends or going to the cinema or something on the weekends. It's now more going for walks or doing a renovation project. So I still do like to have something planned and know little side projects that I'm working on, and how important that is then for me in terms of being able to get out and have things to do. So I really kind of learned how important it is to have them little things on the side to kind of take your attention and to work on.
I know for me, I learned the value of communication and how important and integral it is in running a good business operation. But I also learned that for myself, how important it is to communicate, stay in touch with friends, with family, because at the end of the day, when you're in a situation like this and you can't see people in person, you need to make extra effort to have that interaction, and it's really important for our mental health.
During this pandemic, I learned that I really only like the beginning and ends of yoga classes. I need hugs on a daily basis in order to survive. And I love people watching and looking through user behaviors and experiences through recordings, as well as sitting on the sidewalk with a beer and just watching people walk by with their dogs.
One thing that I've learned about myself during the pandemic is that I really enjoy working from home. There's a ton of benefits to it, like being able to just walk downstairs and get started on work with like a 1 minute commute. There's obviously downsides to it, like not being able to go into the office and see everyone face to face. I know before the pandemic it was always a great time going into the office and seeing anyone, so that's definitely a downside to it. But there are a ton of benefits to being able to work from home, which I've learned that I really enjoy.
I learned a lot about myself during the pandemic this year. Pre-pandemic, there was a lot less hours in the day I found, due to commuting, getting to work. And so with more of a flexible work from home environment, I've had a lot more opportunity to learn some hobbies that I never really had time for before. So I've really gotten into cooking, to reading, to running, and as well playing some board games, video games, and I'm really learning some new hobbies that I didn't really have time to experience before.
I think the thing I learned about myself during the pandemic is that change isn't always as difficult as it seems before you make it. The example I have is walking, which of course I do, but I never did it for recreation, like to go out and walk for 5 kilometers. I always thought, nah, that's not for me. I'd rather just hop on a bike and do 10 kilometers or 20. Anyway, I got the chance to take many long walks with my wife and my daughter, and really enjoyed it. And now I think I'm a walker.
Another thing that I've learned this year is that I YouTubed and now cut hair.
Help me.
I learned the importance of self-organization, you know, tons and tons of self-reflection. We don't have a virtual account manager anymore. No one like nudging on you to getting stuff done, so you just gotta really figure out your flow and your processes and making sure that everything's getting done on time. That's always a bit of a tricky one.
Before the pandemic, I was such a busybody. I was always keeping myself busy after work and going out all the time. Because of social distancing, I've really learned that I have the capacity to rest and to work on myself. So I've learned to knit, skateboard, and I can do my own nails now too.
During the pandemic, I believe what I learned about myself is how truly lucky I am of the people around me in my life. How great they are. Of course, if we can't see each other, we've been really doing on Zoom calls and really just checking in on each other. So I think that's the one thing I've noticed, how truly blessed I am of the friends and family I have in my life and how we're basically getting through this together.